Hi, welcome to the Ambient iPad. If you find this video useful, please consider subscribing to this channel, liking the video, and hitting that bell icon to be notified anytime new content is posted. Let's make some music. I have a blank instance of apeMatrix open as usual, and today I'd like to focus a little on a newer synth by AudioKit Pro called Digitalism 2000. It's meant to provide the flavor of many of the different types of synths that were available in the early 2000s. To be honest, they say that it's not really based on workstations and romplers and things of that nature. There were a lot of synths at that time. To me, it seems more like a conglomeration of a lot of different ones. I owned a lot of synths in that era, both virtual analog and workstations. Also played a lot of different ones from Yamaha, Korg. I owned a number of different Roland ones, so it definitely sounds a bit like that era. So for the first slot, what I'd like to do is have some sort of chord thing going. A lot of my previous videos have a lot of drums and percussion. Let's do something a little different right now. And I actually have created a few patches within Digitalism 2000, and in the interest of time, I'll just use some of those. For the chords, I worked on a patch that reminds me a little of the string synths from the 70s. And let's see what we've got here. Let's go to our matrix. I do have today, I'm using the Korg Nano 2 instead of the larger Korg that I usually use. Nano 2 is a great little keyboard to take anywhere, really. Really makes a portable, nice little music studio with an iPad, the Nano Key 2, and you're pretty much all set. All right. Okay, so to trigger this, since we want to do chords, we'll have to use Rozeta Cells, which allows you to do both single lines and more polyphonic chord stuff. This is a great part of the Rozeta suite of sequencer tools, which I've talked a lot about. And there's some cool things you can do with this, so I'll point those out. Actually, I only need 2 spots. So we need to trigger this. Let's make sure that that's all set in the MIDI map. We hit record. That's it. So it's got that chord, and then you go to the next one automatically. Boom. Now let's play this, so get out of record. And it's going extremely fast, which is not what we want, but you'll see what I'll do with this. So first, let's take this out of the keyboards. And so first of all, let's bring this down. Let's go to 90. It's still really not what we're looking for at all. The chords are nothing else. So let's go in here. This is a great thing about cells. You can just slow this down, go to number of beats, number of bars. Still too fast. And 2 bars. Actually, I like that, but let's go. Let's just get the tempo up slightly to make it a little faster. All right. So that sounds pretty good. You know, there's reverb and delay and phaser within Digitalism 2000. I have a little reverb on this. One thing I'm not going to do today is use kind of a reverb that'll apply to all the patches. I'm going to use, or all the slots, I'm going to use the reverbs that are included within the synth. But one thing I do want is just to make this a little larger. So let's add a chorus. Quattro. So Audio Damage's QuatroMod. This is a good modulation. Pretty much has everything from a modulation perspective, no phaser, but a lot of other stuff. I think I'm going to try something, frequency shift here. Let's get this in here. Depth. Let's get the mix down a little. And let's see. 20 maybe. And for feedback, there we go. Get this up here. Okay, so you can hear that kind of shifting, comb, filterish kind of thing in the background, which is what we want. Let's make this bidirectional so it goes up and down. Maybe a little more on the mix. 50%. Okay, that's good. So we've got our kind of, you know, string synth bed, a couple of 2-chord things. Let's get some other stuff on here. So we'll go back into Digitalism 2000. And let's do some kind of arpeggiation. And I say that because I created an arpeggiation patch. Well, the sound, not the ARP part. We'll use the Rozeta ARP for that. So let's go into our favorites. Right, the ARP. So this was based on a Wurlitzer sound that I fiddle around with to make more of an ARP-ish kind of thing. Let's hear what that sounds like. There, we need this. All right, so, and what I want to do here is have an instance of Rozeta ARP, connect and show, but I want to have this triggered by Cells. So Cells is playing chords, it'll send those notes to the ARP, and then we'll get these single lines within the same key. So let's go into the MIDI matrix here. MIDI patch bay, and we've got ARP here, so we want that to trigger our other instance of 2000, but we want Cells to trigger that. So there we go. Okay, now let's tweak that. Let's go up and down. So that's kind of interesting. Let's go 2 octaves. Another interesting thing you can do in Rozeta Arpeggio is mutate. So it will introduce a little bit of randomness into it. Okay, that's nice and subtle. So you can hear the difference there. It's off. Just adds a little bit of movement, a little bit of echoing in the background. You know, it could be a little more. Let's get the levels a little up here. Just a little. Okay. That's good. I wonder if another effect would work well. We've got the QuatroMod on a frequency shift, so let's add, I'd like to just give this a little body. Which chorus? The FAC Chorus. Actually, the first setting on here is a nice traditional, you know, thick chorus. Actually like the classic one. Spread the width a little. Okay, that works. It's a little fast, but let's bring the chords back in. Okay, the effects have raised the volume a bit with the ARP. mutate this a little more. It just seems a little, let's go up to 50. Let's add some kind of bass line. Actually, I'll be honest, I've gone through all the patches for Digitalism 2000. There's no one bass patch that I like, and I've tweaked some, and I'm just not there yet. So, in the interest of time, I will pick a different AudioKit Pro app. How about Digital D1? We may have to go into the effects for that. Let's get an instance of Rozeta bassline to trigger that. Connect and show. All right. Kind of in D-ish, but it is a little all over the place. So let me pick, we're going to generate here a D major, I think. Let's see what that does. And connect that, and I'll do some changing of notes here manually and whatnot. Let's close that. Let's connect these together. So that instance of Rozeta bassline goes to D1. There we go. All right, let's do some work here. Let's bring it up octave. Can we go up again? Yeah. Yeah, so all right. You want to put a compressor in here. Let's see. Whoop, I just went by it. Let's use Rough Rider 3. Connect and show. The nice start preset is really a good all-around one. Let's connect these and see what happens. So I'm sure we'll get a jack and volume here. Stop this and let's do a live kind of mixed performance and see how it sounds. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of some of the sounds you can get out of the new AudioKit Digitalism 2000, and also some interesting ways you can use the Rozeta sequencer suite to trigger different sounds. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and then clicking on the notification bell so you'll get alerted anytime any new videos have been released. Thanks again for watching and listening, and good luck with your own music.